the soul of physicality comes first in the creation of man, because the soul is not created to coordinate everything else. When you get the egg and the sperm, when they come together, they don't have enough energy from themselves to split. They gather that energy from the energy of the womb of the mother. In that process, you call it one chromosome is less or one chromosome is more, to the world of creation, that one creates a magnetic field difference that allows the motion of the fields. In the world of medicine, you always say, oh, this is men and that's that woman, and you have one chromosome. They don't understand. God doesn't know chromosomes. God understands the work of the transfer of energy. So the one which is one more is have more fields into it. By the law of the physics, in trying to bring balance between the two plasmas that become trinity, it creates a motion of the fields between the two. And that motion, because of the size of the egg and the sperm in the womb, absorbs energy from the field of the mother, from the field of the liquid within the womb of the mother. Now, more energy received. There is a certain size the bag can be. It explodes in a way, it divides. And then now you have 3 eggs. Now you have 4 eggs. Now it gets faster and faster. But there is no coherent condition. It's just single cells working together. They create a common denominator field. That's the soul of physicality. When it reaches to the point, when the totality in numbers increases to the point that now they can maintain life on their own, in a way, knowing who needs what first without just only absorbing from the mother womb energies, then the soul is created. Now there is independence, but the soul of physicality still operates because the cells are working together to divide. Soul becomes a coordinator. Who goes first? Who goes next? But each section starts working for itself. That's separation from the soul and the soul of physicality. Now we understand the process is got to be very easy to use, the understanding of the soul of physicality and which part of it we use. In the present time, because you're not knowledgeable, we call it the soul of physicality, that's it. But in that soul of physicality sits the soul of kidney, sits the soul of lung, sits others which collectively they interact, they condition themselves for production of the physical life. And this is where the understanding has to come. Our doctors and scientists in the future will separate each soul separately. Just because you have magnetic field of the earth does not mean the condition of the earth applies the same whether on Mars or Jupiter. But collectively, as part of the system, they create the solar system, where the soul of it sits with the sun. Or even each one individually has his own soul, his own structure, his own weather. One day in the future, man will understand even the solar systems of us with all the planetary system is exactly like the body of man. Some of our planetary system are absorbers of energy from the environment, play the game of the what we call the hydrogen. Some play the game of the nitrogen, and some play the game of oxygen. And at the same time, they play the game of kidney and the liver. They dispose of the fields which are in the system, which is not needed, and they reject it into the what we call galaxy. There is no difference in the structure. This is how we develop the space technology. Look for which planetary system behaves as what you call the kidney or bladder, which rejects energy out. We go for that planetary system, we sit in it, and we decide which way we go out of. You try to get urine out of your heart is an impossibility. Every solar system, every planetary system, every galaxy, every universe has the same process. Extracting energy, taking energy in, recycling it, rejecting it, digesting it, is different part of the system. We have to understand. We just look at Jupiter and say, oh, it's sitting there. Jupiter has a specific job in recycling, absorbing energies, which then become usable to the sun. It's like the outer skins. On the skin of the man, we absorb vitamin D. In the outer, what we call planetary system, that's their job. How do we feed back energy through? We have not understood. We just call them planetary system. There is a Mars, there is a moon, because we never understood. At the moment, our Earth is part of the digestion system of the fields which arrive in. It's not just that we live and there is a planetary runs around. The Earth has its own solar physicality. The sun controls the soul of the whole system. But we are ignorant to the knowledge. We just say, oh, Jupiter goes that way, Saturn goes that way. But each one has a function. Creating the heartbeat, holding the heartbeat of the solar system. So now you have to understand where the physicality is started. You have to understand where the soul sits, and it's very easy then how to play the two together.